Hi, how are you? In this video, I decided to keep the camera on the pages and images more than my picture, so you can see the pictures and images better and we can focus on dialogues and conversations. Even though between those I will talk also. And this video is the video part 2 of the book Puzzled by Hancock. Now I read page 46 to 51. The funny, at first I read, then we discuss about that. The funny thing is that even though I can overcome the fear of throwing my body down a flight of stairs, walking up them can sometimes be challenging. For example, I'll be on my way to my room when I think, if I don't run up the stairs, something terrible will happen. I've had thoughts like this before, but they used to not last. Like leaves blowing on a fall day, they'd pass me by, then disappear into the distance. But recently it's different. They don't just pass me by anymore. They stick to me, and the more I try to push them away, the more they pile up. Until eventually I can't see anything else. In the same way that leaves come in different colors, the something terrible I'm trying to prevent can change. But there's a theme. It's always something awful. For example, it could be my parents dying, or a tragedy involving my brothers and sister. I know it's ridiculous, but part of me still thinks, what if? What if? The thoughts are so vivid, they're hard to ignore. I can see and feel every detail, especially the guilt. If only he had run up the stairs. And although it doesn't make sense, I know how to make the thoughts go away. So I run, or else the thoughts will stick. As I said, definitely crazy. Hi again. Okay, now I would like to discuss about the pages that I've read. This is an example of OCD mind with the topic of magical thinking, magical thought. It means that, for example, I have an OCD, and if some negative thoughts come to my mind, I think if I don't repeat the action or the things that I'm doing, that if I do not repeat that, or if I do not do something special, for example, that comes to my mind, or something bad will happen to myself, or something bad will happen to my family. Even sometimes a person with OCD mind knows that it is ridiculous, but because he or she trained his or her mind in that way, in the way that OCD wanted, so at the moment it's difficult for him or herself to manage himself or herself to not to listen to the whatever OCD said. Okay, now page 99 to 104. The other major change since the beginning of high school is that I predicted I don't see Gordo so much anymore. But it's not just because we're in different classes. Every time Gordo invites me to sleep over, I have to make up an excuse. I can't tonight, sorry. It's not that I don't want to. It's that I can't. The worst part is I can't tell him why. Oh, why not? Last time I slept over, it didn't go well. I decided to wait until Gordo was asleep before starting my nighttime ritual. Luckily, his brother wasn't home, so I didn't have to worry about him. When Gordo was asleep, I quietly snuck out from under my covers and creeped out of the room. I tiptoed down the hall toward the bathroom, careful not to wake his family. It had to be perfect. Once I got to the bathroom, I took out my toothbrush and began. I counted brush strokes, placed my toothbrush back down perfectly. Then I made it out of the bathroom and started my walk back to Gordo's room. Then just when I was home free, only a few steps away. What are you doing, Denise? Nothing. I was just brushing my teeth. What are you doing here? I live here. Oh, of course. Why are you acting so weird? I'm not. I was trying to be quiet. Minty. I've got my eye on you. I was tripped at the final hurdle. I snuck deeper and deeper into anxiety, waiting for Dennis to fall asleep. And then I started again. 1, 2, 3. That's how most of the night went. Back and forth, back and forth. The added pressure of not being at home and the possibility of Dennis catching me made the puzzle even more difficult. None of the pieces seemed to fit, so I had to repeat it over and over. How did you sleep? I've been avoiding Gordo's house ever since. Now it feels like there's a distance between us that wasn't there before, and it's growing. Yeah, in these pages, we understood that one difficulty that a person with an OCD mind probably will face is with their communication. After a while, a person with an OCD mind may feel being alone and may lose their friends. One of the most reason is that because their OCD want to force them to do some rituals or to act in some way that it wants, and the person that has OCD mind has shame or shy to do it in front of others, so they wanted to keep it as a secret, so they prefer to be alone, and it is growing up. So being alone and it would be very difficult for themselves also.